Have you ever experienced a chaotic embarkation day? Your embarkation day can actually set the mood for your cruise. And some common challenges with embarkation day is long lines and confusion. Hey y'all, what is up? I am Tiffany with TP's Travels, and I have experienced a chaotic embarkation day. And I can share with you some things you can do before and the day of your embarkation day to make sure that you are set for smooth sailing. Let's dive in. Now, what can you do before embarkation day? Check all your documents, make sure they're in order and ready to go. Make sure your passport is not set to expire till at least 6 months from the end of your cruise, and have that in your carry-on for embarkation day. I'm going to talk about your carry-on bag here in just a little bit. Also, make sure you check into your cruise. Some cruise lines will allow you to do this up to 48 days prior, and make sure you go ahead and download the cruise app to your phone. Having this cruise app on your phone before embarkation day will really make everything so much smoother. You can go on there and you can see dining times, entertainment. It'll really help out if you have it before your cruise. Make sure you print out your luggage tags before your cruise and go ahead and get luggage tags. You can get these on Amazon, attach them to your luggage. This is also, it holds up on an airplane. And make sure you have that because you're set to go when you get to the terminal, and you can just leave it for the porter. Also, make sure you're reviewing the ship. Take a look at deck plans. This way, when you get on the ship, you know where you want to go and places that you want to explore right away. Now, if you're flying in, be sure to fly in at least a day early just to avoid any kind of cancellations or flight delays. And something else that you need to do before you get on the ship is make sure you have a credit card attached to your file. This will make sure that everything is also running smoothly because you don't have to worry about going to guest services because lines are super long. Now, something I like to do the morning of embarkation day, and that is eat breakfast before I get on the ship. So to kind of avoid some of those long lines in the food areas, make sure you're not super hungry, and maybe you can wait just a little bit till some of those lines start dying down. The day of your cruise, you want to make sure you arrive at your set arrival time. However, I have noticed recently as passengers get there early, they don't seem to be looking at the arrival times too much anymore. They're still letting people on. But just in case, it's still easier and allows for less confusion if you get there at your arrival time. Now that you've arrived at the ship, I really recommend checking your luggage with the porter. It just makes things so much easier so you're not having to lug your suitcases all around the ship until your room is ready. But if you do check your luggage with the porter, it is highly recommended to make sure you have a carry-on bag. And this is what we use for our carry-on bag. I mentioned it in the previous video. And what do you need in this bag? Well, above all else, you need to make sure you have all important documents. Your passport, your boarding pass, anything that you're going to need to get on the ship. And I have seen people forget them and running back out to get their luggage so that they can get their passports. Don't let that happen to you. Put it in your bag. Anything else that you would need would be things like maybe your phone charger, a book, any of your electronics, your camera, maybe sunscreen if you want it. And some people like to bring a swimsuit if they are wanting to go ahead and jump in the pool. Medications, if you need any kind of medication before your luggage arrives. So anything that is highly important, make sure it's in your carry-on bag. Once you have gotten on the ship, make sure you head over to muster. Do your muster drill right away, get it done and out of the way with. If you haven't gotten a chance to muster on your app, some cruise lines, you can do it on your app when you download it. If you hadn't already gotten a chance to do that, be sure that you muster right away as soon as you get on the ship. Now, also, if you're wanting to change any of your dining times, if you had any time dining and maybe you want a specific dining or vice versa, if you want to do any of those schedule changes, go ahead, get that done right away, and don't wait till dinner time because that's when everybody starts doing it. That's when the lines get really long, and that's when it can get pretty chaotic and hectic. So go ahead, just avoid those lines. Do it right away if you have any schedule changes. Also, if you have kids, go ahead and go over to the kids club and register them, get them signed up so that they can go ahead and go over to the kids club that evening. And don't wait till later. That is when the lines start piling up. So go ahead, get that done, out of the way with. Now, depending on your arrival time, you got some time to walk around the ship before you head over to your room. So just walk around the ship, explore the ship. That's why I suggest looking at the deck plans first. So this way you get to walk around, explore the ship, and just kind of really get to know everything and what you want to do this week on your cruise. Now, on most cruises, your cabin won't be ready until around 1 or 1:30. And if you checked your luggage at the port, your luggage will be delivered to your room. Now, I have noticed if you have anything that is a banned item or anything they will need to confiscate from your luggage, those usually get delivered a little later. So they're pretty good by getting your luggage to you pretty quickly. So you don't have to worry about that. If you are getting your luggage a little later, they might have had to go through your luggage to take a look at something. If you want to see some more banned items that you want to make sure that you avoid on your cruise, then check out this video here. Now that you're in your room, you can sit, enjoy, unpack, relax, and you don't have anything else to worry about, or so you thought. There are a few things that you need to be aware of, such as scams that are happening on the cruise ship and out at the port. So if you want to see how you can make sure you avoid these scams, be sure to check out this video here. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.